right, good morning. I'm warning you in case you're eating your breakfast and your Wheaties and you don't want to hurl. The video I'm going to show you, if you're a good American, should make you want to puke. It's like this humiliation, cuckold, gross pornography where you see some man getting humiliated in the worst possible fashion, I guess for sexual pleasure. Yeah, and the man is our senator from South Carolina, Lindsey Graham. And his master, his dominatrix is Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel. All right, I'm trying to warn you, but here it comes up. So let's take a look at this. I'll bring up this video. And let me turn up the volume so you can hear. Here's Senator Lindsey Graham. He's that little guy that's holding something in front of him. He's got his hand like covering his penis, and he's looking up at his master, Netanyahu. So let's watch this. Let's watch this.
Has done more for Israel.
And look at Netanyahu. He's pointing at Lindsey Graham. Okay, so you got the dynamic here of the dominatrix, and then you have the slave, which is Lindsey Graham. And he's like, slave, pull up your sign, slave. Pull up your sign, slave. And Lindsey's like, yes, master. Yes, master. And he's putting up his sign that says, what the fuck? More for Israel. Whatever you want. More. It's like, how much more do we need to give to Israel? More. So this is a dynamic right here.
Then you, Lindsey, Senator Lindsey Graham. He is a stalwart champion of our alliance, and we have no better friend. So I want to thank you for everything you've been doing over the years on our defenses, our security.
Did you check that out? Look at this. Look at this smile here. This is what he gets. He's just like, he's like so happy, Lindsey Graham. It's like my master's giving me compliments. He's like a little schoolboy that gets a certificate because, oh, little Johnny, you've been able to clean the classroom all year, and I'm going to give you a certificate. And Lindsey's like, oh, Daddy, thank you, Daddy. Yes, thank you for giving me praise.
So I want to thank you for everything you've been doing over the years on our defenses, our security, on Iran.
All right, another thing to take a look at is how they're dressed differently. What's one person wearing that the other is not, right? Something's missing from Netanyahu. He just has a suit coat on. He doesn't have a lapel pin on. Certainly he's not wearing a lapel pin with the United States flag on it. But look at Lindsey Graham. You can't see it very well here, but he has a lapel pin of the Israeli flag of a foreign nation, the United States senator standing there like a cuckold, holding a sign that says more for daddy. And he has this pin of a foreign nation on it.
You've been a tremendous friend, tremendous ally.
Thank you.
Welcome.
The eyes and ears of America is Israel. You talk about the Five Eyes, they're important allies, but nobody does more to protect America from radical Islam than our friends in Israel. And I just want you to know, this sign says all you need to know about my trip.
That's right. That's all you need to know. More for Israel. So there's no negotiation. You would think a politician of the United States, even if we want to give money to a country, it'd be okay. We're in a negotiation process here. If you want money, we want something more in return from you. And so you would go in from a strong negotiating position saying, I don't know, I think we're going to have to cut all the foreign money we give you. After all, Israel, we give you more foreign aid than any other country in the world, and we have through the years. So we have a financial crisis in the United States. Times are tough. I don't know. We're going to have to rethink that. See, that'd be a good negotiating position to go into. But instead, little Lindsey Graham, he's like, no, more for Israel, more, whatever you want. If you ask for $2 billion, I'm going to say, no way. We insist on giving you $4 billion. How about that, massa? This is literally his position here. It is like pathetic.
To every American, what happens with Iran matters to not only to America, but to the world. The worst possible outcome for the world is allow the Iranian regime to acquire.
See, Iran wouldn't have any problems with America if it wasn't for Israel. That's why we're embroiled in this, because Israel has they had an issue with Iraq and Syria and Iran. So these cuck politicians, they have to bend the knee and get us embroiled in the Middle East because of this.
our nuclear capability because our Arab friends will not tolerate that. They feel far more threatened by Iran than they do Israel. So my hope is to find an alternative to the JCPOA that will allow for nuclear power but not create a nuclear arms race through enrichment. And that's the existential threat to the state of Israel and the world writ large. So what can you expect, my friends in Israel, in the next coming days and weeks from Washington?
What can we expect, Lindsey?
More.
More for Israel. Yeah, he's like a cheerleader. He just needs his pom-poms. And
Thank you.
he just shakes his hands. I half expected that he would drop to his knees right now. But he didn't, at least in the camera and the video, he didn't drop to his knees immediately. This is your senators. This is your senator from South Carolina. And he's not alone. Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, said, "Oh, Netanyahu, can you speak to a joint session of Congress?" Because it doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. It's like, "Oh, Israel, we love you." It'll be like when the Beatles came to the United States in '64. You know, they're like a boy band, and all the little girls were like, "Oh, so excited, orgasmic." And just throw your panties on stage. You'll see that. All the Congress people, Nikki Haley be throwing her panties on stage. Oh, gross thought. But they'll be just crying, ecstatic, just worshiping Israel. It's going to be pathetic. America, we're not on an equal footing with Israel. We're at best a vassal state. We could be a tributary state, really, where whatever Israel wants, that's what we're going to do. Our foreign policy is not independent. And by the way, I'm not against Israel. I just have this real radical idea that our politicians should put America first. And I know, oh, that sounds like Nazism. What? Our politicians should care about their own citizens? What are you talking about? That sounds like the mustache man. How dare you suggest that? It's just crazy. Our politicians, they don't even give a shit about us. We have a financial crisis and everything else. And I have nothing against Israel. How about we treat Israel like we do Iceland or Hungary or any other nation? Oh, no. Whatever Israel wants, whatever war they want to get in, we got to get in there. We got to provide them unlimited funds. And when they ask for money, our answer needs to be, no, that's not acceptable. We have to give you more, and wave the little flag and wear their little lapel pin. It is pathetic. I'm sorry, you guys, you had to see this. I know this is gross to see. Throw up, but this is our politicians. If I had to see it, you have to see this. Talk to you guys later.